Assembly this afternoon. This will be his last oral reply session in the Assembly for this year. We go now live to our parliamentary studios. Our reporter Lukhanyo Calata is there. Lukhanyo, good afternoon to you. The media always refers to the ANC questions to the President as sweetheart questions. So what stands out from ruling party questions today?
Natasha, good afternoon. Yes, 6 questions likely to be posed to the President during his Q&A this afternoon in the National Assembly. I think the 3 questions from the ANC to the President, the one that does stand out is a question by Honourable Member Majola, essentially, and he's asking the President to a very large extent about the continuous autonomy of universities in South Africa. And obviously, you know that in light of what has been happening in the country over the last few months, the issue of universities and fees is pretty much a topic of the day. And I think the President will then be required essentially to give his take as to where exactly the government stands when it comes to universities being able to autonomously govern themselves. So that's the standout one from the ANC to the President. Natasha.
And the smaller parties, Lukhanyo, they only have rare opportunities to pitch questions. So whose turn will it be today?
You're right. Smaller parties today, we expect questions from the IFP, from the UDM, as well as the ACDP. And I think the question from the ACDP essentially they'll pose the question on exactly the President. They want the President to clarify the ruling party's stance or closer relationship to Hamas. You know that a few weeks ago, Hamas leaders were down here in South Africa. They came to the Western Cape and they, had meetings and even a cooperation or agreement signed with the ANC in the Western Cape. So, and the political parties, particularly in this case the ACDP, they want to know what does that spell and whether or not that relationship between the Hamas and the ANC is likely to be something that will be carried through to being a relationship between Hamas as well as the government in South Africa. Natasha.
And then, Lukhanyo, all of this happening while Nehawu and Parliament locking horns on workers' demands. What's the latest on that score?
Well, we know that earlier this week the strike was suspended to allow for a 6-member team from both Nehawu as well as Parliament to try and then work around and get the nitty-gritties of the agreement onto paper. So we know that talks are ongoing. The task team met yesterday afternoon. We know that they're currently locked in a meeting as we speak. We expect that the task team, at least from the Nehawu side, will come back and come and give a feedback to the union. I spoke to contacts of mine within the union, and they were basically saying as soon as they have a report back on how the talks are going, they will then come back to us, let us know how it's going. It's critical that these talks go well, because if they do not go well, the union, as they had threatened earlier in the week, will resume their strike action. But we should know then what the position is formally only on Friday. If the talks aren't going well, we will expect the union to then be back striking as of Monday. But obviously we do hope that the parties will agree and that they will find each other in these talks that are currently taking place. Natasha.
Lukhanyo, thank you very much. Reporter Lukhanyo Calata live from our parliamentary studios in Cape Town.